Are you the one who starts the best conversations on Facebook, WhatsApp, or in the group chat? If so, this is the podcast for you. Hi, I'm Eva.
And I'm Don, and welcome to Chat and Bother. This is a 15-minute podcast where we start conversations and you and your circle finish them. So go ahead and share this episode with a friend or family member so they can listen to it and you can talk about it together.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Promised we were going to talk about unserious generational curses. That's what it was. So on the last episode, we said we were going to come back and talk about this TikTok where it's, whose TikTok is this? Rex and Mo, I think it's called. Yes, Rex and Mo. She talks about, she's stitching with somebody who says, what unserious generational curses are you breaking? So this has started a conversation, and let's just listen to it real quick and go from there. All right, here we go.
What unserious generational curse are you breaking?
I got McDonald's money. I got Chick-fil-A money. I got Robux money. I got Starbucks money. I got Jordan money. I got Book Fair money, Spirit Week money, all that. Okay? All of it. You going on a field trip, you need $4 in your pocket. I got it. Okay, if we eating dinner, you can drink your juice at the same time. You ain't got to wait. Wait on what? Drink up. And if you run out, you can get a refill. Matter of fact, I'm thirsty too. If we at a barbecue, just know my kids want a ribeye too. Do not finna just, them hot dogs is for the kids and this is for the adults. No, my kids eat crab legs. If you ain't got enough steaks for everybody, put them up. I am my kids' little friend. Best friends, right, Messi? Right? Yeah. Because when they get older, I want them to tell me everything. We locked in. Ain't no switching up. Period. I say sorry to my kids. If my kids ask me why and where I'm going to tell them I'm going to the store. You want to come? Get your shoes on. Yeah. You ain't got to stay home. Period. And you ain't got to hug your auntie. I don't like her either. Period.
Okay.
She got a lot in there.
She got a lot in a minute and some change.
So where do we start with the food?
Oh, so I'm sure that people, when inviting our children to the cookout, believed that they would settle for said hot dogs and hamburgers, regardless of the announcements that were made that say, hey, the hot dogs and hamburgers are for the kids and the steak and shrimp are for the adults. I don't think our kids subscribe to that.
No, that shrimp is getting hit
first.
That
shrimp is getting hit first. The crab legs are getting hit first. But also, I can't say that we took them to places. Have they been to any place where they were told you can't have that?
No, I don't think so.
Because Auntie Carla's house, they have a whole day dedicated to shrimp and crab legs. Like, there's no, the kids get fish sticks like this on seafood day. And on Anita's house, they show the kids how to eat.
Like, come on over here.
Yeah,
you going to learn how to crack these crabs in 3 hits.
Yeah, but I think I've seen homes where they be like, this is for the kids.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Your family's not really like that.
No, like I've seen people that have that do that. But it's like a stingy spirit over the house, though.
You don't stay. You be like, oh, I'm not going to stay for this. Even if you don't bring your kids and they get stingy, I'd be like, ugh.
Not because, I mean, like, I don't really know that I want to be there if that stingy spirit's there.
If that stingy spirit's just resting over the house.
That's biblical. There's a scripture that says, if you with a person that is over there counting their food, you need to be careful about what you put in your mouth, too.
True, because they might have been cheap.
Yeah.
That might be expired.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Well, not just that, like, they looking at you like, you had some of that prime rib, so...
So what do you owe me
now?
You owe me something.
No, don't owe me back. Nah, I'm good.
What dude say? Owe me back like you owe your
rent.
taxes.
Like you owe your rent.
Owe me back like that money I spent. Oh, yes, you don't want that. That's not the spirit that you want.
I don't want that. That's part of the relationship. Like, I want to be around generous people because I'm a generous person. And I don't want you counting what I gave you because I don't want to count what you gave me. Like, if that's how you move it, I don't need to be near you.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And it's a nice testament to say, I can't think of the people that we're around often that say hot dogs are for the kids. I need to cuss us out. If we had a cookout and said, all right, now, the hot dogs, she'd be like, wait, what?
Right. As a matter of fact, she might have been the one to correct me and be like, no, bring that boy over here and let him have a piece of this steak. You want ribs, Evan?
You want
Come
ribs?
on, baby.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, that's not a thing.
He's 3 on Anita. He don't want no ribs. He gonna choke on the bone.
Let's not bring up choking again. Let's not. But anyway, so yeah, the McDonald's money thing, I have done that to the kids. However, there are plenty of times that I have McDonald's money and they don't ask. I'll be like, hey, y'all, like we had our own personal parking spot in various snack places.
I love it now because the kids, they have their own money.
They have their McDonald's money and they'll bring us something. Hey, they be like, you ain't got no McDonald's money, do you? I do.
Swipe it.
Yeah, I got you. What you want? You want some off this dollar menu? What you want? So yeah, I mean, I have done that to them when they get out of control. Now I can't say that because I don't have McDonald's money and they do.
Kids is rich.
They got coins, so I don't even bring that up. Because they'd be like, do you though? Because I got Panda Express money. I got Starbucks money. They come back in sipping Starbucks. Oh, did you want some? I could have got you
I got that crunch ribbon. You want some?
Eden got me Starbucks the other day. Is there anything else? Any unserious generational curses in our house?
So food was one thing. Saying sorry to the kids.
Now, that's a pretty recent thing for us.
That was something we had to work. I know I had to work through.
That's fairly recent for us as a practice.
Yeah.
You might come back and do it, but it wasn't a first thing to say you're sorry and then continue the conversation. It was, these are all the reasons that I shouldn't be sorry, but I'm sorry though. Like, no, that's not the way you're supposed to do it. So we have definitely changed and evolved.
That to me was one of those things. It was definitely a holdover from the generation and the generation before that where, you know, there were certain ways that you talk to kids, and certain behaviors that kids and dynamics that the kids and adults had to have. And the adult was right, even if they were wrong.
Even if they were wrong, they were right just because they were the parent or the adult.
Right.
That's definitely been a change. And then having them to get an opportunity to explain why they did something, not just the fact that they did it, and to have them think through, why did you do that? Why did that happen?
Well, I think the thing that hit me, I think, you know, we ran into some scriptures that, you know, talked about angering your kids. And
we didn't run into them. I knew them already.
Listen.
That was the first time I knew a scripture that you didn't. Don't try to whitewash this or sugarcoat this.
Okay, so all right.
This was the first time.
So boom.
Ooh.
So boom.
Nope, I need you to back that up, and say what you supposed to say. My wife introduced me. Say it. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
So see what had happened was,
we came across.
Yeah. So my lovely wife put me on to a scripture that talked about not frustrating your children. Now, when you sit with that scripture, it will get to you because you think about all the different things that you do that you know that you can get away with just because you're the parent. Don't necessarily make it right. If I want to move on from something, whatever, Sam, you could sort of muscle your way through conversations or interactions, but leave that kid to think through, what did I do that was wrong? Was I wrong? Was my dad wrong?
Well, I never really thought of it that way. I thought of it as when you just make unilateral decisions, right? And you just say, this is the way that it is. That's that. I know for me, that is extremely frustrating. Or when you say no to things without any explanation because I said so.
Yeah.
That is quite frustrating, especially when you have curious. Kids are naturally curious. They're naturally inquisitive. And the quickest way to frustrate a kid or any curious person is to say it is what it is and not give them any explanation, not give them any reasoning. It just is what it is. Or there are some parents who pick on their children.
Yeah.
They know that there's something that's going to bother them, and they do that, right? And I think what that does is it erodes the trust that the kids are supposed to have in you. They can't trust that you're not going to hurt their feelings on purpose.
That was the piece that I took to heart, because it was like, I never really thought about in my parenting style, what pieces did I just inherit or just take for granted that this is what you're supposed to do? What were the things that I was intentionally thinking about, being intentional about doing? Was I doing things just because I could, because I had the authority? Or was I doing things because this was the right thing for my kid? And that is where I think the conviction came in. It went further in that if these kids are supposed to look at me and look to me as an example of certain things, is this the example I want to set for them when it comes time for them to raise their kids? Is this the example I want to set for them for life and how they should interact with other people? That's not always a great place to be, you know, in terms of, we always talk about, oh, well, this sports star is not being a role model. Well, what about in your house? Are you modeling what you're supposed to do? The hardest thing for me was realizing that I was wrong about something and saying, okay, you know what? I need to back that up and apologize.
Did you ever find yourself being a bully in your own house?
Absolutely.
I think we were having that conversation over, I can't remember what the specific situation was, but I think it felt like bullying in a way was happening with the kids. I don't remember what it was about. Was it the bananas? Was it the banana situation? I can't remember. I mean, they're funny now, but I know at the time the kids are probably like, what is wrong, and are my parents mentally ill? Like, is this really a thing?
So my kids didn't like to, and I think most people don't like to eat the bruised banana. And I don't like to waste food, so I was like, y'all gonna eat that. They were mortified. It's one of those things where it's not that big of a deal.
Because they really are 29 cents a pound, fam. Like,
right. I was making taking a stand, like, y'all, you're not gonna waste my money. And I think this is where it came down to, like, at what cost, dude? Like, that cost you 29 cents, but are your kids gonna be in therapy for the next 30 years?
You've never seen true, probably biblical frustration until you have seen a kid try to eat a mushy, half black banana with a straight face and a single tear rolling down their face. It's funny now. I will say it is amusing now. And I thought of this because yesterday, I often, we are helicopter parents. So, okay, maybe me.
Oh, we got
So
French.
Don picked Eden up. No, was dropping her off at camp, a day camp. And I said, did you get breakfast? Because, she's always running out the door. Might not have got breakfast. Did you get breakfast? No, I didn't get breakfast. I said, all right, y'all got to figure this out, because you can't be jumping around. It's cheerleading camp. You can't be jumping around, rolling around, and end up falling on your head because you don't have the energy to do what you're trying to do. So please, y'all stop and find some breakfast. So they stop at 7-Eleven.
We were already there, by the way.
Anyway.
When we got there.
Because I had already started complaining 15 minutes before. So you knew this was going to happen.
No, you were asleep when we left.
I know I was not asleep. I know when you left, and I said, did y'all have toast? We're not going to do this. There's got to be something in the Bible about frustrating your wives. Anyway, point is,
okay, all right.
About 10 minutes later, because I'm still on speakerphone, about 10 minutes later, I hear, wasn't none of that banana good? I said, oh, Lord, this child going to have a flashback. She going to have a flashback. That's all that was good out that banana. I said, oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
But for context, I see this little hand come to the front of the car with a third of the banana. 20 seconds later, another third of the banana comes to the front of the car. My wife and my kids give me all the food that they don't want to eat. And so I've eaten at this point 2/3 of the banana. So the question came up like, wait, was that all the banana that was good? Because that means that she only ate 1/3 of the banana. So that's where the question came from.
But still, that had to be triggering. Like, what do you mean? You're not going to make me eat that black banana, are you? Please don't make me eat that. Because we always, as parents, focus on certain scriptures that work for us. Respect your mother and father so that your days will be long. And basically, you gonna die if you talk back to me. Like,
that one.
Yeah, that's the one that we always want to pay attention to. And that particular day, I was like, I have a feeling, you're not a pick and choose scripture kind of guy. So I was like, maybe he just ain't never heard this one before. And can I tell you, this man was appalled and disgusted. He was like, all this time the Bible has worked for me. And now it's going to be like this.
She's going to turn it back around or on me. So I'm going to need some me time.
Yeah, see? So that's a generational curse that we have definitely worked on.
I would have to learn to model what the Bible looks like. Because even if these kids never read the scripture, which they do, if they didn't, what would they get from me? What were the actions that I took saying to them? And so that was what was cutting, is that, okay, well, if that's the action that is going to cause them trauma or cause them issues, then what can I do to address that? How can I get better at this?
And also, these kids like to get into the word, and what you don't need is for them to run up on that scripture before you do. Because, fam, they will never let you live that down. So anyway, I don't know what other generational things what is it, unnecessary? What did she say? Unnecessary, unreasonable generation? I don't remember what she said. I don't think there's really anything that we have held on to like that. I think that's what made this so funny, is because this is how we grew up, but this isn't how we raise our kids. When they have a field trip to go on, it's not what your grades look like. Like, we will ask, is your room clean?
Right.
But it's not, have you earned this thing, right? Either
you have.
Right, because up to that point, good and well whether they've done their schoolwork. They know good and well whether they've done the schoolwork, because they're not going to ask you otherwise.
Right.
But we'll ask things like, have you cleaned your room? Did you do the dishes? Your responsibilities.
Right, if you're taking care of your thing.
Yeah, but if it's like something that the whole school is going on and you're not on any kind of punishment, I'm not going to be like, you got field trip money, you got book fair money. No. And I definitely did not get book fair money. But we've talked about that on a previous episode, so we're not going to bring up old stuff.
Previously on Chat and Bucks.
Yeah, we're not bringing that up. I think listening to that list, I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, I think that she ended off with
you ain't got to hug your auntie. You don't got to hug nobody.
I mean, there were some traumatizing, go give great auntie a kiss as a little kid. Sometimes you don't necessarily want to do that. I mean, it's not like you don't want to show them love or respect.
But they have a beard. They have facial
Auntie's
hair.
beard is prickly.
I don't want to. I don't want to. But I didn't grow up around family like that, so I never had to deal with that.
Yeah, no, especially on my mom's side, we had generations.
Yeah,
within certain households. Like I think when I was born up to, I think maybe I was in kindergarten before my great-great-grandmother passed away. My great-grandmother was here through college. So, I think I graduated from college before she passed away. So like being around generations and generations was always a great, not in retrospect, I think it's an awesome thing for that to have happened. But when you're a little kid and they tell you go kiss the lady over there that her lips is extra wet, like
I probably would just start crying.
Okay,
I would have just wept.
I'm going.
No, I never had to do that.
It's a little slower than you want to, but I'm getting my mind right.
But when the kids were about to leave somewhere, I think that was our signal to them that it was time to go. Yeah. But we also were never in the company of people that they didn't want to touch them.
Nah. We've been able to be around and spend time with people that we know love them and that they know they're loved by.
Yeah, and I've never seen them flinch when it was time to hug somebody or get ready to go. Because I got my eye open. I got my good eye open to see if they look funny or act funny around certain people. But usually we would say, all right, give hugs. It's not aimed at anybody in particular. And that just means I'm putting my shoes on. Like now, if we're at a stranger's house, I got my good eye on them. But I haven't found myself, because I don't like people enough to be in strange people's house. So, you know that.
Do they know that is the question?
Because I'm thinking of people's houses we've been in. I'm like they're probably wrapped around them before I can put my shoes on. They're already hugged and said bye to everybody that they plan to say bye to, and they're, you know.
The first, second, or third time you say bye.
Yeah.
Which one that's the question.
Right. So we don't really have those hug so-and-so issues.
All right, well, give the audience a hug.
No. I don't want to. You can't make me.
All right, well, I got to go to work.
And I got to go to work. But this was fun. Hopefully you're out there breaking toxic, unnecessary, unreasonable generational curses every day. Hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know what unreasonable generational curses you're breaking. Talk to you all later. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us for Chat and Bother. Go ahead and like our Facebook page and share this episode with people that you want to chat with or just feel like bothering, or both. Visit our website, chatandbother.com, for our episode guide and other ways to connect with us. Take care.